Hey YouTube, a real human exists behind this channel. Now enjoy a story where she has a boyfriend was treated as a suggestion.
Be me, Lewis, 26. Live in a second floor apartment that smells like heavy dust. Kitchen window looks directly into a brick wall. Rent is too high for the square footage, but the landlord doesn't check credit scores often. Work as a line cook at a gastropub downtown. Place is called the Rustic Spoon, or some garbage. We serve burgers on wooden planks. I spend 8 hours a day smelling like fryer grease and sadness. Come home, shower until the water turns cold, stare at the ceiling fan, wait for the spinning to stop feeling like a metaphor. Life is not a movie. Life is a series of receipts I forget to throw away, and leftovers I forget to eat. Decide I need a hobby that isn't doom scrolling, or drinking cheap beer on my fire escape. Find a climbing gym 3 miles away. Place is called Vertical Limit, located in a converted warehouse between a tire shop and a shuttered bakery. Sign out front is flickering. Walk in. Air is thick with chalk dust and body odor. Smells like rubber shoes and repressed anger. Perfect environment for me. Pay the membership fee. Guy at the desk looks like he lives in a van by choice. Hands me a waiver. Tells me if I die, it's on me. Fair enough. Buy the shoes that are 2 sizes too small. Start climbing. I am terrible at it. Arms shake immediately. Grip strength of a toddler. Fall off the beginner wall 3 times. Nobody looks. Nobody cares. It is the most liberating feeling in the world. Start going 3 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Routine becomes the only structure I have. Finish shift at the Spoon. Scrape the grease off my arms. Drive my beaten-up sedan to the gym. Climb until my hands feel like raw meat. Go home. Sleep without dreaming. See her for the first time on a Thursday. Tall girl. Maybe 5'9", wearing oversized sweatpants and a tank top. Hair pulled back in a bun that looks like it's holding on for dear life. She is on the bouldering wall, attacking the plastic rocks. Not climbing with grace, climbing with aggression. Like the wall owes her money. She slips, catches herself with one hand, swings back up, smacks the finish hold, drops to the mat with a heavy thud. Doesn't look around for approval. Doesn't check her phone, just walks to her chalk bag, dips her hands, stares at the next route. I watch from the water fountain, try not to look creepy. Fail, probably. She drinks from a battered hydro flask. Sticker on it says, "Yikes," in big letters. That feels profound to me right now. Keep to myself for weeks. We exist in the same orbit. Shared nod when we pass the locker cubbies. Shared grimace when the gym plays early 2000s, new metal. Gym culture is weird. It is social isolation performed in a group setting. Everyone is together but alone. Until the power goes out. Tuesday night, storm outside. Lights flicker once, then die completely. Entire warehouse goes pitch black. Emergency lights kick on. Dim orange glow. Creates creepy shadows everywhere. Music cuts out. Silence is sudden and heavy. Someone yells, "Classic," from the back. Groans echo around the room. I am sitting on the mat near the overhang. She is 5 feet away, sitting with her knees pulled up. She laughs. Short sound. Sounds like a hiccup of surprise. I look over. Face illuminated by the orange emergency light. She looks at me, says, "Well, that's one way to end the set." Voice is raspy, tired. I say, "At least you weren't halfway up." She smiles, says, "I was thinking about it," says name's Lucille. I say, "Lewis." She offers me a protein bar from her bag. Says, "It tastes like cardboard, but it has nutrients." I take it. It does taste like cardboard. We sit there in the dark for 20 minutes. Talk about the humidity. Talk about how the setter for the blue route is a sadist. She tells me she plays ball, local semi-pro league, point guard. Says, "I like running into people." I believe her. Power comes back on. Blinding fluorescent hum. Moment breaks. She stands up, brushes chalk off her pants. Says, "See you around, Lewis." Walks out. I watch her leave. Realize I am still holding the wrapper of the cardboard bar. Put it in my pocket. Drive home feeling weirdly awake. Next day. My phone rings at 8 a.m. I am asleep. Answer it without looking. It is my sister Paula. Paula is 29. Lives in the suburbs with a golden retriever named Barkley. She reads a lot of self-help books and follows Instagram therapists who use pastel fonts. She is the most exhausting person I love. Paula, "Lewis, are you awake?" Me, "I am now." Paula, "Mom said, you sounded low frequency when you called on Sunday." Me, "I didn't call on Sunday." Paula, Well, she sensed it. Me, Mom sensed I didn't call. Paula, don't be defensive, Lewis. It blocks your growth. Me, I'm hanging up. Paula, wait, I need you to pick up a dresser. Me, what? Paula, I bought a vintage dresser on Marketplace, but it won't fit in the Prius. Paula, I need your trunk space. Me, I have a sedan. Paula, yeah, but your seats fold down right. Me, I have work at 4. Paula, it's for my sanctuary space. Lewis, I need to declutter my environment to declutter my mind. Me, I hate you. Paula, love you too. Be here by noon. Spend my morning wrestling a dresser down 3 flights of stairs. Stranger's house smells like cats and vanilla vape juice. Paula directs me, says pivot, unironically. I scrape my knuckles on the doorframe, bleed on the vintage wood. Paula says, we can sand that out. Doesn't mention my hand. Drop the dresser at her place. She gives me a hug. Says you look tired. Lewis, are you nurturing yourself? I say, I'm eating garbage and climbing rocks. She sighs. Says avoidance is a valid trauma response, but it has a shelf life. I leave before she tries to make me journal. Back at the gym that night, Lucille is there, waiting near the front desk, scrolling on her phone. Looks up when I walk in, puts phone away immediately. Says, hey. I say, hey. She says, my hands are wrecked. Want to get food? I say, sure. Didn't plan on it. Wallet is thin this week, but I say yes anyway. We go to a place called Rap Shack. Fluorescent lighting. Tables are sticky. Guy behind the counter is watching anime on an iPad. We order chicken wraps. Sit by the window. She eats like she hasn't seen food in days. Huge bites. Sauce on her chin. Wipes it with the back of her hand. No performance. No dainty salad picking. I like this about her. She asks, so what do you do, Lewis? I say, I cook food for people who take pictures of it before eating. She laughs. Says, must be annoying. I say, it pays the rent mostly. Ask her about basketball. She lights up. Talks about zone defense. Talks about a ref who has it out for her. Talks about her knees hurting. Then she stops. Looks at her phone. Screen lights up. Name on the screen says Grant. She flips the phone face down. Mood shifts. Temperature at the table drops 10 degrees. I say, everything good? She says, yeah, just Grant. Says it like I should know who that is. I ask, who is Grant? She looks out the window. Says my boyfriend. Stomach does a little flip. Not a good flip. Like missing a step on the stairs. I say, oh. Try to keep my face neutral. She says he's just intense. Says he worries a lot. Phone buzzes again on the table. Vibrates against the sticky wood. She ignores it, but she stops eating. Shoulders go up toward her ears. Tension holding pattern. I say, we should probably head out. She nods. Looks relieved. We walk to the parking lot. She stops at her car. Says, thanks for the food, Lewis. I say, anytime. She drives off. I stand there for a second. Watch her tail lights fade. Feel like an idiot. Of course she has a boyfriend. Look at me. Look at her. Drive home. Eat a stale donut over the sink. Go to sleep. 2 weeks pass. We keep climbing. Dynamic changes slightly. She texts me now. Mostly pictures of weird holds, or bruises on her legs, or complaints about the weather. I text back carefully. Don't want to be that guy. The orbiter. The shoulder to cry on. But she's funny, and she listens when I talk about the kitchen nightmares. So I keep replying. Saturday night. Gym is closing. We are walking out. It's raining hard. She stops under the awning. Says, I don't want to go home. Voice is small, barely audible over the rain. I look at her. She is hugging herself, wearing a hoodie that is too big. Sleeves pull over her hands. I ask, why not? She says he's in a mood. Says work stuff didn't go well and he needs a target. I don't like the sound of that. Ask, does he hit you, Lucille? Ask it straight. She looks shocked. Says no God, no nothing like that. Says he just. Gets loud. Says he fills up the whole room and there's no air left for me. That sounds worse in a way. Suffocating. I say we can sit in my car for a bit. She nods. We run to my car. Get in. Smells like old French fries and gym bag. Turn the heat on. Windows fog up immediately. Rain hammers on the roof. Creates a private little world. She leans back in the passenger seat, closes her eyes, says, this is nice. Just sitting in a 2014 sedan in a rainy parking lot. Bar is low, bar is on the floor. She talks for an hour, tells me Grant is in high-end sales, luxury cars or something. Says he is obsessed with image, obsessed with networking, wants her to be a certain way, dress a certain way, hates the basketball, hates the climbing, calls it childish, calls it lesbian shit. She flinches when she says that. I grip the steering wheel. knuckles white. I say, he sounds like a prick. She laughs. Humorless sound. Says he's just under pressure. Defending him. Classic move. I don't push it. Drop her off at her car around midnight. She looks at me before getting out. Eyes linger for a second. Says thanks, Lewis. I watch her drive away again. Feel a pit in my stomach. This is going to go bad. I can feel the train wreck coming, and I am standing on the tracks. A week later, I am at work. Dinner rush. Ticket machine is screaming. Chef is yelling about scallops. Waitress comes back. Says someone is on the phone for you. I say, I'm busy. She says, it sounds urgent. It's a girl. Wipe my hands. Grab the phone. It's Lucille. She is crying. Full hyperventilating sob. Says, can I come over? Says I didn't know where else to call. I say I'm at work, Lucille. She says, please. Voice breaks. I look at the tickets piling up. Look at the chef staring daggers at me. Make a choice. Stupid choice. I say, yeah, go to my place, key is under the mat. Very secure, I know. Tell her, I'll be there in 2 hours. Hang up. Chef yells, who was that, the Pope? I say, family emergency. Chef says, you don't have a family. You have a tab at the bar. I ignore him. Cook the scallops. Burn one. Get yelled at. Don't care. Finish shift. Race home. Heart pounding. Run up the stairs. Unlock the door. Apartment is dark. Lucille is sitting on my couch, knees to chest, wearing the same hoodie. Bag next to her. Face is puffy. Eyes red. She looks at me, tries to smile, fails. I drop my keys, ask what happened. She says he found my climbing shoes. Says he threw them out the window. Says we got into it and he started throwing things. Says not at me, just around me. Shattering plates, punching walls, performative violence. I sit next to her. Don't touch her. Just sit. Say you can stay here, she says. I don't want to be a burden. I look around my apartment. Pile of laundry on the chair. Sink full of dishes. Dust bunnies in the corner. Say, does this look like a place that has standards? She laughs. Real laugh this time. Says it looks like a frat house for one. I say, ouch. She says, thank you. She stays. Sleeping arrangement is awkward. I take the couch. Give her the bed. Sheets haven't been washed in 2 weeks. Embarrassing. She doesn't complain. Hear her moving around in the bedroom, using the bathroom, water running, toilet flushing. Domestic sounds that shouldn't be happening. Feels intimate and terrifying. Lie on the couch. Spring digging into my back. Listen to the fridge hum. Listen to her breathing in the other room. Realize I am in deep trouble. This isn't just a crush. This is a sinkhole. Morning comes. Sunlight hits the dust motes. She comes out of the bedroom, wearing one of my t-shirts. It's huge on her. Hair messy. Looks better than any model I've ever seen. I am making coffee. Cheap drip coffee. Tastes like battery acid. She drinks it black. Says, I have to go to practice. Says, can I come back later? I say, you have a key now. Technically, she has the key from under the mat. She smiles. Leaves. Room feels empty immediately. Quiet is louder than before. My sister calls. Paula. Sixth sense for drama. Paula. Why is your aura spiking? Me. My aura is not spiking. Paula. I'm tired. Paula, did you meet someone? Me. No. Paula, you're lying. I can hear the dopamine in your voice. Me. I have a friend staying over. Paula. A female friend. Me. Yes. Paula. Oh my God. Lewis, is she stable? Me. She's going through some stuff. Paula. Red flag, Lewis. Red flag. Paula, you are a fixer. You attract broken birds. Me. She plays semi-pro basketball. She could beat me up. Paula. Physical strength does not equate to emotional regulation. Paula, don't let her anchor you. Me. I have to go. Hang up. Paula is right. Paula is always right in the worst way possible. Lucille stays for 3 days. Apartment changes. Her stuff starts appearing. Toothbrush in the cup. Hair ties on the counter. Shoes by the door. She buys granola. Actual food. We eat dinner on the floor. Watch shitty reality. TV. Laugh at the people crying. She is relaxed. Shoulders down. Laughing more. We don't talk about Grant. We pretend he doesn't exist. Bubble logic. 4th day. We go to the gym together. Walk in like a couple. Feels good. Feels right. Start climbing. I am struggling on a V3. Lucille is shouting beta at me. Yelling, use your left foot, Lewis, goddammit. I slip. Hang by one arm. Laughing. Drop down. Turn around. And there he is. Grant. Standing by the entrance. Wearing a suit. No tie. Top button undone. Shiny shoes on the gym mat. Looks like he walked out of a GQ catalog for assholes. He is scanning the room. Predator vision. Spots Lucille. Face changes. Smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Walks over. Strides across the mats, ignoring the no street shoes sign. Gym goes quiet. People watch. He walks right up to us. Lucille freezes. Face goes pale. She steps back. Bumps into me. I step forward. Put myself slightly in front of her. Instinct. Stupid instinct. Grant stops 3 feet away. Looks at me. Looks at her. Looks at me again. Sneers. Says, "So this is where you've been." Voice is smooth. Rich guy voice. Lucille says, "Grant, please don't." Grant says, "Don't what, babe? Don't come find my girlfriend who vanished?" Looks at me. Asks, "Who is this?" "The janitor." I am wearing my old climbing clothes, covered in chalk. I look like a dust bunny. I say, "I'm Lewis." Voice steady. Hands shaking though. Grant laughs, says Lewis. "Cute." Turns to Lucille. Says, "Get in the car, Lucille, we're leaving." Command, not a request. Lucille looks at him. Looks at me. Eyes wide. Panicked. She shakes her head. Says no, quietly. Grant steps closer. Invades my space. Smells like expensive cologne and rage. Says, "Excuse me?" Lucille says, "I'm not going with you." Voice gets louder. Says, "We're done, Grant." Grant stares at her. Jaw tightens. Vein in his forehead pulses. He looks around the gym. Sees 20 climbers watching. Sees the guy at the desk reaching for the phone. Social pressure works. He backs off. Raises his hands. Says, "Fine." Says, "Have it your way." Says, "Enjoy the squalor, babe." Turns around. Walks out. Kicks the door open. Leaves. Adrenaline crash hits me. Knees weak. Lucille is shaking. I put a hand on her shoulder. She flinches. Then leans into me. We stand there in the chalk dust. Everyone goes back to climbing. Show is over. Drive home in silence. She is texting furiously. Phone blowing up. We get to my apartment. Walk up the stairs. Turn the corner to my door. There is a note on it. Yellow paper. Landlord special. Noise complaint. Final warning. Neighbor, Mrs. Days. Fletcher must have heard us laughing last night. Or Grant screaming earlier. No, he wasn't here yet. Just general noise. Great. Rip the note down. Go inside. Lucille sits on the couch. Says, "I'm sorry, Lewis." Says, "I ruined your gym time." I say, "Gym time was boring anyway." Try to joke. She doesn't laugh. She pulls me down to the couch. Kisses me. Desperate. Clashing teeth. Scared kissing. Testing if I'm real. Testing if I'm staying. I kiss back. Feels electric. Feels dangerous. Things escalate. We move to the bedroom. Fumbling. Awkward. Passionate. It happens. It's messy and real, and not like the movies. Afterwards, lying in the dark. She's crying again. Silent tears, wetting my pillow. I stroke her hair. Ask what's wrong. She says nothing. Says, "I just feel safe." I believe her. I am an idiot. Next morning, I wake up. She is already up. Sitting at the window, staring at the brick wall, holding her phone. I say, "Morning." She jumps. Hides the phone. Says, "Hey." Says, "I need to go get some clothes from my place." Says, "While he's at work." I say, "I'll come with you." She says no, too fast. Says, "It's better if I go alone, he won't expect it." I don't like it, but I nod. She kisses me, leaves. I spend the day anxious, cleaning the apartment, scrubbing the toilet, trying to make it nice for her return. She comes back that night, 2 big duffel bags, looks exhausted, but relieved. Says, "I got everything that matters." We settle in. Routine starts to form. The couple, routine, grocery shopping together, arguing about what movie to watch, showering together to save water, and other reasons. It feels permanent. Feels like I won the lottery. I forget about the red flags. I forget about the boyfriend. I forget that life waits to kick you in the teeth. 3 days later, Saturday morning. We are eating pancakes. Burnt pancakes. My culinary skills don't translate to breakfast apparently. Heavy pounding on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Door frame shakes. Dust falls from the ceiling. I freeze. Lucille freezes. Fork halfway to her mouth. Voice screams from the hallway. "Open the goddamn door, Lewis. It's Grant." "How does he know where I live?" Lucille looks terrified. Whispers. "My phone. Location sharing. I thought I turned it off." Rookie mistake. Tech illiteracy is a killer. I stand up. Walk to the door. Heart hammering against my ribs. Look through the peephole. Grant is there. Face red. Veins popping. He is holding a golf club. A literal golf club. 9-iron, I think. I am not opening that door. I yell, go away. Grant, I'm calling the cops. He yells, send her out. Lewis, send her out, or I break this door down. Hits the door with the club. Crack. Wood splinters. Neighbor's door opens. Mrs. Fletcher peeks out. Grant yells, mind your business, you old hag. Mrs. Fletcher slams her door. She is definitely calling the cops and the landlord. Lucille is in the corner of the living room, hands over her ears, curled up in a ball, regressing. I look at her, look at the door. Anger flares up, real anger, not the passive annoyance I usually feel. This guy comes to my house, threatens my peace, scares my girl. I grab the baseball bat I keep under the couch, never used it. Bought it at a garage sale for $5. Grip it tight. Yell, come in and find out, Grant. False bravado. I am terrified. I am a lying cook, not a fighter. Police sirens in the distance. Getting closer. Grant hears them. Hits the door one last time. Yells, this isn't over, Lucille. You can't run from me. Yells, you owe me. Drops the club. No, he takes it. Hear footsteps running down the stairs. Heavy boots clomping away. Silence returns. Except for the sirens. Blue lights flash through the window. Illuminate the brick wall. Illuminate my living room. Cops knock. Polite knock. Police open up. I open the door. Hide the bat first. 2 officers. Look bored. One young, one old. Young one has a notebook. Old one looks like he wants a nap. Ask, what's the problem here, son? I explain. Crazy ex-boyfriend. Threats. Property damage. Point to the dent in the door. Cops nod. Write it down. Ask Lucille if she wants to press charges. Lucille comes to the door, shaking. Says no, I just want him to leave me alone. Cop says, we need a report if you want a restraining order, miss. She says, please just let it go. Cop shrugs. Says, all right, keep the noise down. Neighbors are complaining. They leave. Useless. Bureaucracy in action. Landlord calls 10 minutes later. Mr. Walsh. Voice like gravel. Mr. Walsh, Lewis, what the hell is going on? Me, it was a misunderstanding, sir. Mr. Walsh, Mrs. Walsh. Fletcher says there was a SWAT team. Me, 2 cops. Sir, just a noise complaint. Mr. Walsh, door is damaged. I'm taking it out of your security deposit. Mr. Walsh, and who is the girl, Mrs. the girl? Fletcher says, lives there now. Me, she's a guest. Mr. Walsh, guests stay 3 nights max per lease clause, 4B. Mr. C. Walsh, she stays longer. She goes on the lease, rent goes up $200 a month. Me, we'll figure it out. Mr. Walsh, figure it out by Monday or get out. Hangs up. Great. Financial ruin imminent. Sit on the couch with Lucille. She is calm now. Weirdly calm. The storm passed. She looks at me, eyes clear. Says, I'm sorry about the door. I say it adds character. She says, he's crazy. I say, yeah, he is. She says, I'm glad I left him. Pause. Something in her tone. Glitch in the matrix. I ask, when exactly did you leave him, Lucille? She looks away. Picks at a loose thread on the couch. Says, well, I mean, when I came here. I say, did you tell him you were leaving? She says, I stopped answering his texts. I say, Lucille. Voice gets hard. I say, did you break up with him? She looks at me. Tears welling up again. Weaponized tears? Maybe. She says, it's complicated, Lewis. Says, we have a lease together. Our finances are mixed. I couldn't just say it. Says I needed to make sure. Trails off. I feel cold. Ice water in the veins. Ask, make sure of what? She says, make sure this, us, was real. Says I couldn't jump without a net. Silence. Heavy silence. Heavier than the power outage. I am the net. I am the branch she grabbed to keep from falling. I am not the destination. I am the bridge. I feel sick. Physically nauseous. All the connection. All the shared laughs. All the safety. It was an audition. And I passed. But the role is backup plan. I stand up. Walk to the window. Look at the brick wall. It looks beautiful in its honesty. It is just a wall. It doesn't pretend to be a door. I turn around. Say you need to go. Calm voice. Surprising myself. She stands up. Panicked. Says what? No, Lewis, please. Says he'll kill me. I say he won't kill you. He wants you back. Say you didn't leave him. You just paused him. She starts crying. Real ugly crying. Says, I love you, Lewis. I say, no, you don't. Say you love that I'm not him. Say you love that I'm quiet and I listen and I don't yell. Say, but that's not enough, Lucille. Say, I can't be your escape hatch. She argues, begs, bargains, says she'll call him right now, says she'll end it for real. I shake my head. Damage is done. Trust is a mirror. Once it's cracked, you just see your own distorted reflection. I say, pack your bags, help her pack, hand her the duffel bags, walk her to her car. It's raining again. Pathetic fallacy in full effect. She puts the bags in the trunk, looks at me, mascara running, face blotchy, says you're making a mistake. I say probably. Say I make a lot of them. Say goodbye, Lucille. Turn around, walk back inside. Don't watch her leave this time. Climb the stairs. Enter the empty apartment. Door is still cracked. Smells like her shampoo and old drywall. Sit on the floor and scream. One loud scream. Mrs. Fletcher bangs on the wall, yells, shut up. I laugh. Laugh until I choke. Next month is a blur. Zombie mode. Go to work. Cook burgers. Burn buns. Go home. Sleep. Don't go to the gym. Cancel membership. Can't face the wall. Can't smell the chalk. Sister calls. Paula, I sense a shift in your energy field. Me, I broke up with her. Paula. Paula, oh thank God. Paula, I was manifesting this. Me, don't take credit for my misery, Paula. Paula, pain is just weakness, leaving the soul, Lewis. Paula, come over for dinner. Mom made lasagna. I go. Eat lasagna. Mom asks, so no girlfriend? Dad says, pass the parmesan. Dad gets it. Dad knows when to shut up. Paula tries to give me a crystal for heart chakra alignment. I put it in my pocket. Throw it in the trash at the gas station later. Sorry, Paula. Landlord keeps the security deposit. Fix the door myself with wood filler and paint that doesn't match. It looks like a scar. Fitting. Get a parking ticket. Forget to pay it. Late fee doubles. Classic Lewis spiral. But I survive. Start running instead of climbing. Running is free. Running hurts in a different way. Knees ache. Lungs burn. It helps. Lose 10 pounds. Look gaunt but healthy, according to society. 4 months pass. Seasons change. Leaves turn brown. Air gets crisp. I am at the grocery store, buying almond milk because I'm trying to be better, and frozen pizza because I'm lying to myself. Turn the corner into the cereal aisle, and there she is, Lucille, wearing a hoodie. Different hoodie. Hair in a ponytail. Holding a box of granola. She looks different, lighter, less tension in the jaw. She sees me, freezes. Box of granola shakes in her hand. We stand there. Cereal aisle standoff. Captain Crunch is the witness. She puts the box down, walks over. Cautious, like approaching a stray dog that bites. Says, hi, Lewis. I say, hey. Voice cracks. Smooth. She says, you look good. I say, I'm running. She says, that's good. Awkward silence. PA system plays Easy Lover by Phil Collins. Surreal. She says, I moved. Points vaguely west. Says, got my own place. Studio. It's small, but it's mine. I ask and grant. She smiles. Sad smile. Says, gone. Says, really gone this time. Says, took a restraining order and a lot of therapy, but gone. Says, I play in a different league now. Says, I climb at the gym on the north side. I nod. Processing. She is standing on her own 2 feet. No boyfriend. No net. Just her. She asks, do you still climb? I say, no. Haven't been back. She looks at her shoes. Scuffs the linoleum. Says, you should. Says, you were getting better. Looks up. Eyes intense. Says, the north side gym has better routes. Says, and the coffee shop next door actually wipes their tables. It's an invitation, not a demand, not a plea. An open door. I look at her, see the mess, see the history, see the potential for pain. Paula would scream. Paula would burn sage. But Paula isn't here. I am. I say, north side is a long drive. She says, I know. Says, but the walls are higher. I smile. First real smile in months. Say, send me the address. She beams. Surprised laugh comes out. That same sound from the power outage. Feels like a callback to a better season. She says, okay. Says, see you there, Lewis. Walks away. Forgets her granola. I pick it up. Put it in my cart. Walk to the checkout. Cashier asks, find everything you were looking for. I look at the frozen pizza and the granola. Say, yeah, I think so. Walk out to the parking lot. Sun is setting. Orange light hitting the asphalt. Get in my car. Engine turns over. First try. Miracle. Phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. Address for North Crag climbing. And a message. Tuesday, 7 p.m. I type sure. Delete it. Type I'll be there. Hit send. Put the phone down. Put the car in gear, drive out of the lot, merge into traffic. Life is messy, people are messy. But the car is moving forward, and that's enough for now. Final beat. Turn up the radio. It's a good song. Windows down. Drive into the night, ready to fall off a wall again.